guys, welcome back to another video. Today we got some horror stories for you today. Let's go ahead and get started, jump into this video. All right guys, what is going on? Listen, welcome to another Sinister Scary Saturday. All right, now let's go on ahead and take a look at the screen. We're gonna be taking a look at somebody different this time around. Okay, it seems as though they got the Patreon up and everything, but I want to show them some love over here on the channel. Wansee Entertainment. I got 3 stories here, you feel what I'm saying? Now this one is 3 true horror stories animated, so I guess you can kind of say there's like 5 altogether, you feel what I'm saying? Because I kind of seen this and kind of figured it was short, so we'll leave that for last, you feel what I'm saying? Or we might just do that first. I think we might do that first, depending on how, yeah, that makes more sense. But I hope you guys got your snacks. I hope you guys got everything that you need. Again, make sure that you follow Wansee Entertainment. I hope I'm saying that right. Link will be in the description below. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you check them out and show them some love, okay? The first one we are going to be doing is 3 true horror stories animated, okay? So let's go ahead and hop into it, and I'll see you guys over there. Okay, let's do it. Let's see what they're talking about. Number 1, a camping horror story.
I remember we were riding in a car one day, and I asked my mom the scariest experience she ever had. She had been a camp counselor for a small outdoors camp in the summer, which lasted about a week. On a particular hot summer night, my mom was rolling around in her bed, unable to sleep because of the humid heat. Her other friend, who I'll call Rachel, was also awake at the time. Around 1:30 a.m., my mom received a notification to not leave the area. Apparently 4 convicts had escaped from a local prison and were on the run. Rachel was freaking out and hurriedly woke up everyone despite my mom telling her to calm down. After arguing with the campers and the other counselor, she had convinced the group to go to the boys' cabin to see if they were fine. They left out through the back cabin door and snuck behind bushes, making as little noise as possible. Unfortunately, they had to make it across a little clearing to reach the men's cabin. After checking multiple times, they ran to the boys' cabin and knocked till my mother's guy best friend opened up. He raised a questioning look before letting them in after seeing how scared everyone was. The guy laughed after Rachel said she was scared because of the escaped convicts and reassured her. Around 2 hours later, my mom and everyone headed back to their cabin and fell asleep. The next day, everyone was a bit freaked out, but was sure nothing had happened to them, until my mom walked around to see the back of the cabin. It seemed someone had scraped the back doors and unsuccessfully tried getting in. She was freaked out by it and went home early. Later, she found out on the news only 3 convicts were captured, and has always thought back to that night and wondered what would have happened if they stayed in the cabin.
Ew, do you see him? Wow. Number 2, a farm.
Hello. My name is Joe and I'm 10, from a small farm in Nebraska.
Hold on, fam. I'm gonna tell it to you like this. You're not 10. You're not 10 with a voice like that, bro. You're not 10. Yo, I ain't even gonna fold you. There was no need for that. I just felt like doing that. Wansee, you trying to put a little bit more emphasis behind, you know what I mean, voice acting. You feel me? You know what I mean? Just a little thought. Let's just continue.
I have 2 sisters, Annie and Scarlett, and they're 16. Our farm used to be quite large, but as time went on, people and animals have been taking our crops and littering. But that's besides the point. Our family was never wealthy and we didn't have much. It happened about a year ago before I found out about this channel. I live near Medicine Creek, and our tractor broke down, so we had to pull it all the way to Cambridge. There had recently been people hunting animals nearby, and our parents didn't want our...
First of all, do you see the way... I'm sorry. Do you see the way he's gripping that neck? Look at that. Bro, loosen up, sir. Loosen up. He's dead already. There's no air to suffocate from him. He is done. My fault. Let's go.
Livestock getting killed. Our parents had me and my sister stay at the farm in case the hunters came to collect food. So my sister and I were watching the television when we heard rustling in the crops. Then our dog, Scout,
Bro, I'm not gonna fold you. You are a pro at the wrong sound. This is hilarious. My man said a rustle, and this is what you hear.
Television when we heard rustling in the crops.
That's a straight gunshot. Somebody got blasted. Ain't no rustling going on. This is hilarious. Let's continue.
Our dog, Scout, started barking when the first gunshot went off. I yelled and screamed, but Scarlett put her hand over my mouth. We tried to call the police, but the phone line was out. Damn it. He cut the phone line. Next, the man shot the window and jumped through. We ran straight upstairs to our...
Nah, fam. You telling me you saw boy? You saw old boy? And he jumped through your window. Yeah,
to our bedroom. I saw a glimpse of his face. He was skinny with mildly red eyes and short, black, greasy hair. He pointed the rifle at me, but missed. My sister shoved me into the room as she pulled out a knife and ran at the man. Then the most terrifying part. A bullet flew into my sister's arm. She screamed as the man pointed the gun at me. Thankfully, the man fell downstairs as Scout bit a chunk off of his leg. I grabbed the knife, then ran straight at him. I stabbed him 4 times as blood splattered everywhere on the wall.
Okay.
Police showed up eventually because the neighbors saw the commotion.
That's what I'm talking about.
I was majorly hurt. I just hope that nothing like this ever happens again.
Nah, fam, you did your thing. No, we're not going. No, you did your thing, fam. You did your thing, sir. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Nah, you did your thing. You really did your thing. You picked up the knife. You ran towards Bull after he shot your sister. And you stabbed him 4 times, fam. Now, I know that might be traumatizing for a 32 10-year-old. There was no need for that. But anyway, like I said, you did your thing, man. You did your thing, man. Kudos, hats off to you, bro. Number 3, let's get into this sleepover. You feel me?
My name is Luke. This happened to me in August last year on a Friday. I was 20 at the time. My parents were going out of town for a week. They said I could invite some friends over, so I called my friend Mark. He asked if he could bring his little brother since he was babysitting him. So when they got here, we decided to get pizza. We were waiting for the pizza. So I said, "Hey, do you want to have a sleepover?" He said, "Of course, but my brother's going to have to stay." I told him that was fine. So while we were waiting for the pizza, we were playing video games. And then the pizza arrived and we ate and played more video games. Then we went to bed. He and his brother were sleeping on the floor on a mattress. At 2:30 a.m., he woke me up and said, "I don't feel good. I'm gonna go home." So when he left, I went to pick up the mattress, and I saw a complete man under my bed. I screamed, "Ah!" I ran out of the room and called 911. He woke up from my scream and tried to leave. Then I tackled him before he could get to the front door. The police came 5 minutes later. Turns out he was homeless. They put him in handcuffs and he looked at me with an ugly grin. I noticed he had a knife in his back pocket. The police told me he might be going to prison for 1 year. Turns out he's been in my house for a week. The question we were all asking was, how did he get in the house? Nobody knows. What scares me the most is that it's been 1 year, and I know he's out on the street now. When my friend got home, he called and told me there was a hobo under my bed, and that's the reason why he left. If he hadn't realized there was a guy under my bed, he would have stayed. And who knows what would have happened.
Nah. I'm not gonna lie. Nah. That one, that story just gave me chills all over my body. No BS, like, and I don't feel that. I don't feel that. Bruh, that shook me. Bro. Nah. Hell no. No. You mean to tell me, bro, first of all, kudos go to Bull for even noticing Bull was sleeping under the bed and even having enough courage to get your brother up, make sure he don't see nothing, you get out. What? And he was in your crib for a week, fam? Oh no, that gave me the chills. Nah. I think we got time for one more. So I'm gonna go on ahead, click on it, and I'll meet you guys over there. Alright guys, we are back with the final one called Never Talk to Her. Never talk to her, huh? If this one gives me the same amount of chills, I think I'm done for a week. Let's go ahead and hop into this.
This is a story about my unforgettable night with a girl I met at a club 3 years ago. Of course, it's not a favorably unforgettable night in a good sense. It was a horrible night. When I first saw her, she looked through the men in the club one by one as if she was shopping for a guy. I avoided contact with her eyes since I didn't have confidence in my face, but she came to talk to me.
I'm curious about your voice.
I was surprised, and I started a messy conversation with her, but she didn't look at my face. She kept looking at my mouth. I talked intently to flirt with her, and she smiled as she listened to what I told her. And we ended up going to her house together. I couldn't believe it all, and I was puzzled. Once she arrived at her house, she suddenly pulled out the rope and picked it up. I popped up much imagination about the item, but didn't want to break the mood by asking her some questions. I tried to settle the mood and carefully approached her for kissing, but she opened my mouth with her hands and told me,
You should talk.
I was much puzzled, but I told her, smiling, the mouth is asking you to talk, right? She then suddenly pulled a small, sharp knife out of the drawer and said,
Yes, I'm also asking you to say something very sweet. Go ahead and try. I'll score the points.
She picked up the knife and looked like she was trying to sting my mouth. My back was sweaty, and it was hard to determine whether this situation was serious or just a joke. I said with a smile, Is that right? Let's warm up my mouth for a moment, shall I? I tried to change the mood by playfully moving my mouth. She firmly told me again,
I'm really curious if I caught a delicious fish today. Until now, there have only been the praise with no taste.
I faced her glittering blade and wide-open eyes, and I was finally able to understand what the situation was now.
Yeah, bro.
If I make any mistake here, I'll be covered in blood.
Yeah.
I was sweating and thinking of this and that like crazy. And then I started talking to her. I never knew such an exhilarating night was waiting for me. It's my first time with a girl like you, the woman who made my heart beat hard like this. Tonight, I'll fill your ears with honey. She closed her eyes and smiled, listening to my voice.
Bro, I would have
And I
slapped
felt
her
like this
right
was my
there.
time, so I slapped her hands and her knife
Thank
flew
you.
all over the room.
Thank you.
I slapped her face with all my strength again.
I mean-
She screamed and fell, and I punched her several times until she was half stunned. Then I quickly ran away from her house.
I mean, huh? Is that's I mean, I ain't condoning that, but I'm just trying to ask, how hard was the first slap?
Then I called the police and they investigated her once they arrived. Also, horribly, they heard a swallow faint groan inside her house. After searching all over the house, 3 men were tied up and locked in a room. However, all of them couldn't speak properly and were crying, and it turned out that their tongues were all covered with numerous knife marks. The investigation revealed that she always seduced guys at the club, brought them to her house, and forced them to say something sweet. And she scored their points by drawing their tongues with her knife. When she captured 3 guys, one of the 3 had the disinfectant poured into his mouth and pulled out his tongue because he couldn't hold back his anger, and he cursed at her. The police were shocked by her bizarre behavior and immediately arrested her. However, it is said that she asked the police and even the judge to say something sweet about her. She ended up in jail, but I was so traumatized by the shock after I met that crazy woman. Since then, I could not open my mouth to any woman I met due to the suffering from that experience. Maybe she would search for new guys after getting out of jail. She is just searching for a living toy that can entertain her. If you meet this girl at a club, just run away. Definitely.
Bro. Y'all heard that in the background? That's probably somebody getting their tongue scored right now. And they got the popo called on them. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, I'm telling you right now. I don't know. I wouldn't have. No. I'm telling you, these stories give me chills. And I know they're giving me chills because I'm not able to eat, bro. And I'm fat. I'm fat. I like eating. You get me to stop eating? Yeah. Never talk to her. Guys, Wansee Entertainment, okay? Go on ahead. Links are in the description below. Go on ahead and show them some love. Go on ahead and check their channel out. Make sure you do give them a follow because they most likely deserve it, okay? But guys, there you have it. These have been, what, 4 scary stories? 4 scary stories? I'm sorry, man. I got so much gas in my chest and it don't want to come out. But anyway, you know, I enjoy these stories, but yo, they giving me chills. And I kind of feel like that's a good thing because they're scaring me. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, you already know what to do. Don't be afraid to hover and hit that like button. Subscribe today to become part of the Soul Gang. Team Nephilim, let's get it. Tap that notification bell to know each and every single time that I'm uploading these videos, baby. And guys, remember, to begin at the game, you gotta kill with skill. And until our next nightmare, guys. My heart kind of beating real crazy. I'm gonna have to take a look around this room. Peace, y'all. I'm gonna look under my bed, too.